There is a change creeping over the land. It has been several moons since the last update went forth from our pen. One could say that the efforts to strengthen the resistance have been growing, but that would overlook the enemy's great strides to saturate the landscape with their unwitting minions. I fear that while we are gaining ground, the Queen gains ever more. To say that there has been a change in the Fallen will be an understatement. For those in the southern plains, the eastern fields, Rulan, Harbrace, the Deadfoot, and everywhere else men dwell not festering in the rot of Thronefast's shadow, I will bring you the tidings to resolve your commitment and spread the word where you can among your neighbors. The Fallen is all but unrecognizable from its former state. Not since the time of the House of Seville has it known so much bloodshed. It begins with the former Thronefastian veterans' retreat. Retreat? Bah! His dirt retreats from the end of a laborer's shovel as he swings it over his shoulder. I'll digress. It begins with the former Thronefastian veterans' retreat from Avelia and Zibith. The House of Ventori has been placed in charge of the new vision of Avelia, and most of the Fallen is a hub of commerce and labor. The disenfranchised soldiers are making ends meet in the only way they know how, at the end of a sword. And while many have taken up the cause of the Monte Carlos, some will say a noble path, others have found home in the camps of the self-named Gadai bandits. This family of outlaws has seen their number swell as more goods and gold flow into the Fallen, and more expatriates are driven from their homes. The Queen has countered this shift of power by conscripting the martial and magical schools to train up, dare I say, mercenaries to do her bidding in attacking her own charges by proxy. The military is thus not engaged in outright warfare against Thronefast's own citizens, but underwriting the guild houses and the artisans in the area to incentivize and task these new recruits with wreaking havoc and bloodshed against the Queen's enemies and offering treasures for their time. Is this not the same goal as Gadai? Is this not the goal of the North Tusk? This has brought a wave of new settlers into the Fallen in numbers not seen before. The taverns are swarming with warmongers and thieves. This is but the first wave of those to come, as the Queen reaps the profits from Ventori's steep taxations. The funds are then turned to offer more to those who would come and kill in the name of Queen Amenthiel. And the more wealth that pours in, the greater the banditry. And this new dark greed is now bringing even greater evils to light. The undead terror in the wilds on the outskirts of the Fallen have seen its dark powers grow, with greater numbers of undead spilling from the shadows. And the ferocious cave spiders, once relegated to their proper place below ground, are now venturing out onto the highways. And even greater still is the influence of the worship of Theros. Its members were once afraid to show themselves in the open, and now they have been seen wandering in daylight. These trends are no happenstance, but the effects of a feckless leader. Patriots, this letter comes to you in search of aid. I fear that the throne's power has now reached yet another previously untainted guardian of our society. The once neutral sacred servants, the anonymous force for good across the Sacred Six and the Halfling tribes, now appears to be under the thumb of Queen Amenthiel herself. A letter went out into the taverns recently, openly calling for new members to join the Sacred Servants. In an underground shadow organization, recruiting in the public square. Who, if not the Queen, would concoct such rubbish? If she is trying to claw her way into the ranks, or she already has. And there is more evidence to back up this theory, as the Sacred Servant's goal has been from its rumored inception after the Deicide War. It aims to find ways to regain the connection to our now distant deities. This curse of that damnable dragon Accord has rendered them little more than inspirations, lyrics in a song, or an ideal to aspire to. The powers of our pantheons is severed from among us, and with the power-hungry Queen Amenthiel, already shown by the resistance as having a hand in gaining the power of dragons for herself, is now seeking to own the path to the gods themselves, or maybe even become one. There is another group that was here in the fall and championed the ways of our Pantheon, plus others. It has recently shriveled up under the Queen's new stranglehold on the path to enlightenment. They are now stagnant, considered to be just a static group. Alive, yes, but no longer focused on reclaiming the touch of Corsair, but pursuing other aims under the jealous eye of the Queen of Burning Hearts, not wishing to flame her wrath. If ever there was a time to stand up to the reckless deeds and blind ambition of the crown, it is now, my countrymen. Who among you have stood up to her army, taking on the gods of ill-gotten gains? Who among you have challenged the soldiers carrying her colours upon their breasts? The resistance against the corrupt house of Amensol wishes to unshackle the masses from the tyranny of the oppressor of our age. No, not the bold captain of the Black Rose, the Monte Carlos. And no, not the dreaded shaman leader of the North Tusk Orcs, the Usharuk. Not even the Grand Wizard of Ophiros himself. Our oppressor sits atop a white stone tower, the Queen of the Burning Heart herself, whispering softly into our ears, "Come, friend, come deeper into my pit. I won't bite."